In the grand tapestry of history, few events have woven a narrative as intricate and impactful as the collapse of the Soviet Union. Picture, if you will, a colossal empire, a behemoth that once stretched from the icy tundras of Siberia to the sun-soaked shores of the Black Sea. This was a land defined by its ideology, a realm where the ideals of communism were not merely theoretical musings, but the very fabric of daily life, influencing everything from the economy to the arts, from education to personal freedoms. But as we all know, empires, no matter how mighty, are not immune to the forces of change. As we embark on this journey through time, let's rewind to the early 1980s, a pivotal moment when the Soviet Union, under the leadership of Leonid Brezhnev, was beginning to show signs of strain. The economy was sluggish, the political climate was tense, and discontent brewed beneath the surface. It was a time when the once unshakable confidence in the communist system began to falter, and whispers of reform started to echo through the corridors of power. Enter Mikhail Gorbachev, a name that would soon become synonymous with change. In 1995, he ascended to the role of General Secretary of the Communist Party, bringing with him a vision that would alter the fate of the Soviet Union forever. Gorbachev introduced two groundbreaking policies, Glasnost and Perestroika. Glasnost, meaning openness, aimed to foster transparency and encourage public discourse. It was a call to lift the veil of censorship that had shrouded Soviet society for decades. Suddenly, citizens found themselves with a newfound voice, able to express their frustrations and hopes without the looming threat of repression. Meanwhile, Perestroika, or restructuring, sought to revitalize the stagnant economy through reforms that would introduce elements of market economics. It was a bold gamble, one that aimed to breathe life into a system that had grown weary and inflexible. But as the winds of change began to blow, they carried with them a whirlwind of challenges. The very policies designed to rejuvenate the Soviet Union also inadvertently unleashed a torrent of nationalistic fervor among its diverse republics. As the iron grip of Moscow loosened, the various ethnic groups within the Soviet sphere began to assert their identities, demanding greater autonomy and independence. The Baltic states, Lithuania, Latvia, and Estonia, were among the first to rise, declaring their intentions to break free from the Soviet embrace. The spirit of independence was infectious, sparking movements across the republics, each fueled by a desire for self-determination. By 1989, the stage was set for a dramatic transformation. The Berlin Wall fell, a symbol of the Cold War's division that echoed throughout Europe. This event sent shockwaves through the Soviet Union, revealing cracks in the facade of communist control. The Eastern Bloc countries began to shake off the shackles of Soviet influence, one by one. Poland, Hungary, Czechoslovakia. Each nation embarked on its own journey toward democracy, emboldened by the winds of change sweeping through the continent. Yet, amidst this backdrop of upheaval, Gorbachev faced mounting challenges at home. The economy continued to falter, and the reforms he championed met with resistance from hardliners within the Communist Party, who feared losing their grip on power. The paradox of Glasnost was that while it encouraged open discussion, it also exposed the deep-seated grievances that had festered for decades. The Soviet populace, once conditioned to accept the status quo, now demanded accountability, reform, and ultimately change. As the clock ticked toward the end of the decade, the Soviet Union found itself at a crossroads. The August coup of 1991, orchestrated by a group of hardline communists who sought to reverse Gorbachev's reforms, marked a critical turning point. The coup was a desperate attempt to restore the old order, but it backfired spectacularly. Boris Yeltsin, then the president of the Russian Republic, emerged as a symbol of resistance against the coup plotters. Standing atop a tank outside the Russian White House, he rallied the people. Calling for democracy and reform, the coup collapsed, and with it, the authority of the Communist Party began to dissolve. The aftermath of the coup was a cascade of events that would lead to the ultimate disintegration of the Soviet Union. The republics, emboldened by the failed coup, accelerated their push for independence. In December 1991, a momentous meeting took place in Belovezhskaya Pushcha, where the leaders of Russia, Ukraine, and Belarus declared the Soviet Union effectively dissolved. The world watched in awe as the red flag of the Soviet Union was lowered for the last time, replaced by the tricolor flag of the Russian Federation. On December 25, 1991, Mikhail Gorbachev resigned, marking the official end of an era. But what does the collapse of the Soviet Union truly signify? Beyond the political ramifications and the shifting boundaries of nations, it represents a profound transformation in the global landscape. The ideological battle between communism and capitalism, which had defined the 20th century, entered a new phase. The world was no longer a bipolar arena. It was now a complex mosaic of nations, each navigating its own path in the post-Soviet landscape. The legacy of the Soviet Union's collapse is multifaceted. For some, it heralded the triumph of democracy and the spread of liberal values. For others, it sparked a sense of loss, nostalgia for a time when the Soviet Union was perceived as a superpower. The transition to a market economy was fraught with challenges, leading to economic hardship for many, and the rise of oligarchs who amassed wealth and power in the chaos that followed. The social fabric of the former republics was tested as they grappled with the complexities of nation building, ethnic tensions, and the quest for identity. As we reflect on this monumental event, it is essential to recognize that the collapse of the Soviet Union was not merely a series of political maneuvers and economic reforms. It was a profound shift in the collective consciousness of millions. It was a moment when people dared to dream of a different future. A future where their voices mattered, where they could shape their destinies. It was a time when the world witnessed the resilience of the human spirit, the desire for freedom, and the unyielding quest for self-determination. In the years that followed, the former Soviet republics embarked on their own journeys, each facing unique challenges and opportunities. Some embraced democracy and market reforms, while others struggled with political instability and economic turmoil. The echoes of the Soviet past lingered, shaping the identities of these new nations as they navigated the complexities of independence. Today, as we stand in the shadow of history, we must remember the lessons learned from the collapse of the Soviet Union. It serves as a reminder that change is often messy and unpredictable, that the aspirations of people can reshape the course of nations, and that the quest for freedom and justice is a universal endeavor. The story of the Soviet Union's collapse is not just a chapter in history. It is a testament to the enduring power of hope, the strength of community, and the relentless pursuit of a better tomorrow. So as we close this chapter and reflect on the intricate dance of history, let us carry forward the spirit of inquiry and exploration. The world is ever changing, and with each passing moment, new stories are being written, new challenges faced, and new dreams born. The collapse of the Soviet Union is but one thread in the vast tapestry of human experience. A reminder that even the mightiest of empires can fall, but the human spirit will always rise, seeking light in the shadows, yearning for connection, and striving for a future where all voices are heard.